Welcome to Up North Outdoors. Today we're just going to kind of talk about the kind of stuff that you would bring with you if you were fishing, or I would bring with me anyways, if I was fishing a new lake, which we will be doing tomorrow. You've obviously never fished this lake before, you're just kind of going, maybe you're fishing for a tournament or something, pre-fishing, and you're just trying to fish for a couple different species, some game fish, some panfish, and this is the stuff that I would bring out with me. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to bring with you is just a dry box like this. You keep your phone in there, fishing license, whatever you want to keep dry. And I also just kind of keep some of the things that you're gonna need throughout the day. Like some plastics, sunglasses. You want those. Tape measure in case you're gonna keep some fish. Extra depth finders in case you lose yours. If you're gonna be fishing at night, keep your tip-up lights in there. And then I just keep my jaw spreaders, pliers, some line cutters, and then a lot of extra line. Here's like some 10-pound, here's some 3-pound, and then here's some braid, and then here's just some more plastics. So that's kind of stuff that I'm going to keep in this box, stuff that you're going to need throughout the day, and you just want to have it right there ready to go. Don't want it getting wet or frozen. So yeah, this is just a Cabela's dry box, kind of a smaller one. Yeah. Definitely gonna want one of those. All right, next we're going to jump into rods. Now I just have Rapala bag like this. I'll show you my different rods. Definitely, I have a couple rods for game fish, a couple rods for panfish, and I definitely like to have both of them rigged up so you're not spending time if you need to change baits quickly to be retying all the time. So the first one I have here, get this off. Alright, I have 13 fishing. It's called the Snitch. It's just a panfish rod, super fast action tip. So you can see I just have on a orange tungsten jig by Custom Jigs and Spins, and a nice nasty old rotten grub on there. But yeah, so I definitely always have an orange tungsten jig tied on to this pole to start out the day. No matter what kind of panfish I'm fishing for, I've always just had really good luck with orange. And then I also keep it in rod sleeve just because it's a very flimsy rod and don't need those breaking because, yeah. Alright, then along with the inline rod, I also like to have a spinning rod, ultralight, real fast action tip. And I always have some kind of rattling jigging spoon, preferably red. And I'm going to be more searching for perch with this. It's just nice to have, a little bigger bait for, say, perch on a different rod other than your other panfish rod, so you don't have to keep retying during the day. Alright, next to my first walleye rod, it's a 28-inch Jason Mitchell Elite Series rod. Usually going to have some sort of rattling spoon on there to start for walleyes with, but otherwise like some sort of jigging wrap. Now what I have here is, I believe this is 5-pound braided ice line with a about 3-foot long, see it starts flared onto the jig, mono leader. This is 8-pound on here, probably a little heavy, but you never know, you're gonna hook it to a northern or something. So that's my first walleye setup. All right, now my second walleye rod, it's a little heavier action. It's a 27-inch Abu Garcia. It's a medium action and pretty much always going to have some sort of rattling jigging wrap on here. Like this is a rip and wrap ultralight or ultra, whatever it's called. It's kind of stuck. I just broke the hook off it, so that's cool. But anyway, same deal. 5-pound braid to a 10-pound leader on this one. Yeah, it's got a kind of a fast action, but a really good backbone. So that's kind of my rod setups for jigging anyways, for when I'm going to a new lake. Now, just one thing that you can't really stress enough when you're fishing a new lake, now you're going to be fishing lots of spots for lots of different kinds of fish. Don't be afraid to fish faster than you normally would. Yeah, you're not going to get those more finesse bites. There might be fish down there, but if you're not catching them, move. Find some fish that are active. Find up spots that you know that you can go and catch fish, especially if you're pre-fishing for a tournament. You don't want to be sitting there wasting your time with finicky fish. If you have the time to go find the fish that will bite, find them, it'll make everything much easier. Now, just kind of my tackle box that I'm going to take with, or my 2 tackle boxes. Just when I'm going to be going fast, moving lots of different spots, I want all my baits in one box for everything I'm going to need, or 1 or 2 boxes. So, I'm not looking for stuff. First box is all my jigging baits. We got a lot of flutter spoons. This is a VMC Tingler, I believe. Yep. And then, just some, I think these are custom jigs and spins. Here's a slender spoon. So, yeah. You're just going to want some kind of flutter spoon if they're not like in rattle spoons like these buckshot spoons here. So I always like to have lots of different colors, greens, orange, red, especially red, and some more natural colors like perch or just silver and gold. Another thing I like to have quite a few of are going to be rattling jigging wraps, like this little rip and wrap here. Lots of noise, lots of vibrations, going to get those active fish attention before, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's going to get those active fish attention, like the ones that want to bite, All right. And then lastly, just a bunch of tungsten jigs. I do not use any other jigs for panfish other than tungsten jigs. Here's kind of an example of the custom jigs and spins. It's a lot bigger head on it. It's pretty heavy. And then I'm not exactly sure what brand these are, but they're just a lot smaller. Stuff like that. And then I also want to have a couple, really heavy jigs. I mean, almost, like you would not use these unless you were fishing deep. So that's just going to be something big like that. Now you take that and compare it to those little ones. You can see the difference there. So I definitely like to have some bigger jigs, some smaller jigs if you're fishing shallow or deep water. All right, another thing that you're always going to want to have with you is some sort of, dead stick type fishing gear. Now, I'd much rather use tip downs or tip ups than a dead stick sitting next to you, just because you can cover more water. You can space them out, let them sit, don't have to worry about them. So here I just have a bag from Cabela's, tip up bag, and those are just HT tip ups in there. I run about a 3-foot, 10-pound leader on them with a smaller treble hook. Smaller. And then lastly, one thing that I probably use a lot more than tip ups are going to be tip downs. And we made these stands fold out like that. Rod goes on the top. And then, you just get these cheap little rods at Fleet Farm or Walmart. And shove a little screw through there or a bolt or something. And this is just 3-pound mono all the way with a little single hook on there. A lot of people probably don't like using these for walleye fishing. I'd rather use these for walleye fishing than tip ups any day of the week if the weather allows you. Obviously, if it's really cold, it's going to be hard to keep your holes open enough when the pulled out line down. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, something else I would definitely recommend having is some sort of either flasher or sonar that you can look at. Here I have a Lowrance HDS 5. It's a Gen 2. Super nice. Turn it on here. This is your sonar, and say you're in 30 feet of water, 20 feet of water. You'll see the red will be the bottom. You can see your jig going up and out. You can see fish. That way you know what's going on down there. You're not just sitting there wondering all day. Another cool feature, if you have some sort of unit like this, or just a different unit, say GPS, it's very nice to have GPS. You can go out there, here, I'm not sure what lake we're on, probably don't want to know. But anyways, so yeah, you can see the contours, has a lot of contours here. You can see where you're at. You can mark your fishing spots, you know where to go, when it comes time that you really want to catch them or, go back and catch them, whatever. So, yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Come check the video tomorrow. We're going to be out on Monaco Lake doing some pre-fishing for a tournament coming up here in a couple weeks. So, yeah, check it out. It's going to be sweet. Going to catch lots of fish. And if we don't, there won't be a video up, so don't go look at it. But anyways, we're going to catch a lot of fish. So go look.